Good evening. It's day to day go well, and I'm safe home, and won't tell you next story. It's probably so hard for me that tell that story because that story is hard for everybody in my family, and I talked to yesterday about my father and my mother relationship between them. And I'm thinking today a lot about this too, and talk to people about relationship between people, between husband and wife, between children and parents. It's very important how we build that relationship, and some people don't understand what is roots have to be there. Roots of love have to be there. Only. If you don't have love, you don't have relationship. 100%. And love only can God give it to us. Because He knows what is love. If we know God, we know love. Real love, nature love. He is the creator. And I want to tell you today, my father life start change, and that moment when we like after 3 years and we living in that city, we start working, I told you, and my sister changed the jobs. They go to work in kind of a small serving military company. They sell jackets and pants, whatever is needed for officers, army. And I'm still working in that place where I started. I love it. And my father, he's working too, and he start feeling not too well. His pressure start up, and that time, and a lot of changes in the churches too, because he's head of church, one of head, and above him have one leader, and they that time we have two separate organizations in church, two leaders, and one of them they start negotiation between churches to come and be together, but I love that the church is together. And my father don't trust that leader because he's know through his secret friends in Moscow, he is betraying the church. He's work for government, and the government give to him power to registration the churches, Seventh-day Adventist Church, and they negotiate a lot of stress. And my father, of course, he's not agree with that because he's know what is this government. Can we government together in church? No. Have to be separate. Church have to have free mind. And he don't know what's going on inside. That moment, I can tell you, it's very difficult moments in after KGB put a lot of pastors in the jails, and after that a lot of pastors just fail. They KGB recruiting them for work for KGB through church leaders. They dictate them what they have to do. Like they used to invite my father work for them when I'm born, and he say no. He understand what is this. Not everybody understand because some of the pastors I know names and people who They give to them apartments for family for free if they working for KGB and serving like inside the church. And they give to them vacation stuff and money, help out, different kind of. And they love do this because they live good. But not everybody know who, not everybody know how. You have to be informed. Information get from KGB is very, very hard. You have to work somewhere in Secret Service to get information. I know that because I'm working in Secret Service too. I later tell you how I get there. And my father started feel not good, and the leader of church invite him in a meeting in Moscow, and with the other leader of church to put together churches. And my father got to that meeting, and he sent my mom later, and they put him on a hospital because he's still not well, he's having high pressure, and he started vision losing, and he's sweating a lot, and nobody don't understand what's happened, and he's stressed out very bad, and they put him on this clinic called Institute of Sklifosovskого, very good hospital. A lot of scientists, a lot of good doctors right there, government doctors right there too. And we're waiting for him, and what is he's write all the time letters, and he's write letters to church members because he's have to be worried about his church too. And on the day already we have like 15 people he's baptized for 3 years in Muslim country, and plus our family were members of church too. And we pray for him too. All church pray for him, and a lot of pastors and a lot of different churches. He's write a lot of letters, different young pastors, and like I tell you, he's called him Young Eagle. He's love that name Eagles, my Eagles, my Eagles. He's love his Eagles. I know that because he's tell all the time about everyone what's going on in life. He's always pray for that too. And in Muslim country, of course, it's not a lot of Russian people right there, percentage is more Muslim, but it's church born right there, from zero. They're very friendly, they don't care, they don't know. They won't just be living good and that's it. Who's care? We don't do anything bad, and then people accept us. But Russian people feel like right in the properties in Turkmenistan like homeland, because the Soviet Union, they don't have Muslims. Soviet Union have everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what nationality you are. They all together. They don't want war. They want save humanity. This is not things to do, actually, in my mind. Because when you bring the war, there is nothing right there. War don't making happiness. War making lose humanity, anger and everything. Muslim country don't want this war, right? When I'm living right there. Nobody. And my father always write the letters, and he's writing orders for us, and we write for him 2 letters, and mom write, and he stayed in the hospital over months. And one of very good friends of him in Moscow, he is very Christian man, Jewish man, and he is 11 years in a prisoner archipelago in Siberia. I meet him later. He's telling the story what he is going through. I tell you this later. You don't believe it, what he's going through. 11 years in archipelago. They tell him, if you tell anyone that story, we kill you and we kill all your family. He's dead. He's tell a story. And he support very much my father, and he's talked to him. His brother worked for KGB. It's two opposite sides, but they still communicate. And his brother tell him what's going on in the church, who is betraying church. My father know information. He's very disappointed. His right mother later, Faith, please be careful with that leader. He's not who is he. When I come back, I told you everything. Please take care of our children. My father feel something happens with him. He's had that feeling. God gave to him that feeling. He's right, a lot of people, young eagles, leaders, he's thinking is something going on in his life and KGB won't take his life away from him. He's feel that all the time. He's righteous leaders. But I want to tell you, before he's go to that hospital, he's talked to every one of us. He's invited living room and talk to us with everyone. Like he's feel he's not come back to home. He's talked to me too. We talked like 2 hours. And in my life, I take in that moment when we talk to him like prophet. What he's telling me exactly go through in my life. Exactly. I always ask him how God gave to him that. And I won't tell you, not right now what he's telling me. I won't tell you later. Because this means something to me. I won't tell what happens in our family. It's been very hard for me. When he's feel like something going on, some guy, very high skill in his room, like 5 days before he's passed away. And he's talked to a lot of people and doctors, and he's very social skill have. He can make friends very quick. And that guy, he's total different person. He's right away realize he's KGB agent. And he don't diagnose with anything. He's asking doctor, what is diagnosis? He said, they say he don't have nothing. And he's right away figure out he's person who is not good person. He's professional killer. I'm investigate myself what happens. But long time we don't know what happens. I'm investigate already in America. When I am in America, I have few witnesses who tell me truth. And I have leaders who tell me truth what happens. Churches fail in that moment in Russia. They betraying, leaders betraying church, betraying pastors, betraying people. But they already not alive. And I can tell you that. Before, everybody afraid to tell. They suspicious everybody. They not figure out, they have information, not maybe full information, but they have information. A lot of young eagles and pastors who is working with my father. And moment when my father realized it's very close and close, he is they diagnosed him and he's already had a surgery. He's have blockage in venous to artery to kidney and right side, and they remove that blockage. It's very easy surgery, doctor tell us. My older sister there and my aunt asking question after the what happens, and surgery go well and success, and he start recovery go very well. They buy tickets, my sister right there watched him, they buy tickets already fly back. But that guy, 5 days before they already signed paper out in morning, doctor already signed paper that he can go home. They decided sleep one more night because plane is early and they can go to living right away in the airport. And close to middle of night, there is 2 guys right there in the room, 2 patients. They write my mother later after he's passed away. They tell exactly what happens, but my investigation approve it, everything what they say. We don't have any more that letters. That letters disappear, and I know who is taking it. All letters disappeared from my mother when my mother passed away. They work so perfect, but we know who. They are already not alive. God have given them consequences for what they do. And that professional killer KGB is taking only few seconds. He's jumped on his chest, sit, and one strike, he's ripped his heart artery, one strike, destroyed total. When they open up him, they confuse Dr. Morning. That the guy right away go to tell the doctor something going on with my father. He can breathe. They don't understand. They see how he's jumped, that guy, and disappear, and father's already died. They call the doctor right away, and it's too late. Nothing they can do. When they open up him, they see what happens, but they cover up because not allowed. This KGB is, you can't play with them. There's government doctors right there too. Nobody don't know what happens. But I have a cousin who is work right now in Secret Service. It's like 15 years ago. My aunt told me we can open case because have evidence of investigation how he's dying. But we don't want it. We don't need it. We nothing can do. Why? Extra stress for everybody, for all our family. And I don't trust even some of my members of my family, my siblings. I don't trust some of them because I know what they do. But me and my family, my mother, nobody don't know my father died. We're waiting him home because he's write a letter, he's healthy, he's go well, he's come back home. We're waiting him come back home. And we're waiting is like probably day, we're waiting telegram to when he's fly back, then we can go to an airport in meet him right there. My mom is so excited, he's well. We're all very excited, we're all very happy. And my mom say, God answer our prayers. Father, go back to home. He's feel good, he's total recovery, surgery go success. And doctor say that it's not big surgery, small surgery. Very easy surgery for doing this. Back in the day even. And somebody knocked at the gates, and me and my sister was thinking a telegram coming. When we get the telegram, and we open and we start read it. It's not easy to say. We start screaming. My mom come in and say, what happened? I tell mom, Dad is died. She say, no, he's got to come back home. What are you talking about? We start reading the telegram over and over, and she is done to move. She's like, stands so still, all white, she's pale. And we scream. All kids coming and we all scream or crying. And 11 children. My mom 40 years old. 40. My father 45. They don't care about children. They don't care about. Leader of church don't care. They betrayed. I don't want to judge them because they're in the jail. They won't survive. I know what is KGB capable. It's hard to survive right there. I can't judge that people. We have to forgive. This is what we do. We forgive them. But that story, real story. And when we come down and we start talking with mom, my mom is just, she's no cry even. No one tears I don't see in her face. She's all pale and all frozen. And we start, Mom, you need to go. And we go with you, somebody go with you. And we don't have so much money for ticket because we're waiting father back home. My mom can't figure out what she's have to do. And my sister, I'm always close to my mom. I say, Mom, let's go, I take you in the airport. And we're taking telegram, you have to go, Mom. I can go with you if we get the ticket. And we decided everything together, like older kids. Just me, two sister, me and my older sister, were close together always. And Mom, 3 of us. And we put this suitcase for Mom, and I take her in the airport. When we get there, Mom don't tell no one words, no one tears. She's like frozen. I don't understand, but I see she's in very severe pain, very severe. I can imagine what's going on in her head, losing the husband with 11 children, 40 years old. What she's have to do? And I take her in the airport. I'm sorry. We get there and we go to cashier and she say we don't have no one ticket. I say how? We had a telegram. Father died. She's have to be there. And she start crying. That's what she start tears. And one guy, he's stand in line to register his ticket to go to the plane. He's coming to me and he say, oh, what's happened? And I told him everything and he say, I give it to her my ticket. And I wait that some next plane like after 6 or 8 hours, and he's given to her ticket, and she's gonna fly, and we wait home. That is time very hard for us. We can sleep. All the kids, which is me and my sister, all night we not sleep. Few nights actually. And the second night, two very good friends, my father baptizing them, coming from Semipalatinsk. One guy, Vladimir and Tatiana, from very beautiful family, is our friends. And they come in and knock the door, and we're so happy they come in, because we're lonely, nobody there. And they spend just like 2 weeks with us. When his mom come back, they still with us. They very support us. And we're waiting when his mother come back. We're praying a lot, we're crying a lot. It's a very hard time. We don't know what next happens, but we still go work. We take care of the kids, which is two old sister, and there's two friends coming. They more older like we are. They help us stay with kids and feeding and laundry doing and take care of it. They give it a lot of love, our kids, our sisters and brothers, my sisters and brothers. And mom is right there. When she's come back, she's tell about funeral. They back in the day, that same guy who is tell my father everything about church, how leaders fell in Bethlehem church, he is given to his property in a cemetery, because in Moscow cemetery is very expensive, and he's like he's born in Moscow, and he's get that a long time ago properties for him and his family and his wife and kids, just in case, and he's given to my father for free, like present, because he's loved my father so much, that guy. And we love him too when we meet him in Moscow, when we move right there. And they start thinking about funeral. A lot of pastors coming from everywhere, from Ukraine, from Muslim countries, from north and south, and a lot of pastors right there, young pastors, eagles there too. And Central Church, they have very big, huge choir, and conductor in that choir, he's very nice guy. He's have some relatives in government. He's asking, can we funeral that legend pastor, and we have need service. I want to choir right there, and the people come in, and they let him. It never happens this before. They let them have funeral in a government building outside. That is like big space, like a parking lot right there, and they give it to them room and funeral right there, and a lot of people, like my mom say, like 700 maybe. That's all choir right there, a lot of pastors, and they really nice sing and give speeches a lot about my father. It's, my mom say, it's so beautiful. And when they go to put him in the cemetery, they all pass the young eagle, carry him on that grave. It's beautiful. And they celebrate his name. They all have a promise, never leave my family. They promise to take care of us. This never happens. No one come over in our house after my father's funeral. No one. No one help my mom. I'm always thinking about how that can be happens. They still like alive. They still know my family. Not a lot of people communicate with us anymore. I have on Facebook a lot of the pastors, and because we together grow, together work, and I'm more younger, but I still remember everybody. Young Eagles. I have on Facebook their names. I see how they living, and they already have grandchildren a lot, and have different families. Some of them communicate still when we're growing up together, pastors, kids. But no one helped my mom. No one come over and asking how we can help you. When my mom come back from funeral, she is so quiet, so peaceful. And I think inside of her, she's don't have it. She's broke, total broke. My father always told her, faith, you don't have a strong faith. You need working on it. When you're strong, you're more eager. You need to be more stronger. And God give it to all the children race that weak faith, who don't have a strong faith. She's raised all of us. Never give up on us. She's gone through a lot of difficult stuff with everyone. But she's never betraying us, no one. She's a good mother. She's always trust God. She's always coaching us, study her with us, raise us, same like with Father. I have very good memory about her. That woman, legend too. What she's going through, sometimes I'm thinking, she's deserved. I don't know. She's have a big treasure in heaven. My father is hero of Seventh-day Adventist Church. Hero for me. He's know what's going on, everything. He's know KGB and eventually take his life. He's feel that and he's ready for this. He's write letters a lot, people. He's always in my mind. He's teach us how mind works. And I realize this right now very clear. What this mind means. How God created that minds. If you give it to God to control your mind, you will never fail. God will teach you everything. He's given to me a lot of tools with everything, because He's have plan for everybody. And my Father, He's died like a disciple. His love disciple Paul. He's a virgin and his grave disciple Paul too. And under his beautiful maiden and granite plate. He's a virgin from Bible. I will read that virgin next time and tell about how pure faith can change your life. He's not afraid to die. He's ready. I don't afraid to die either, because I know who is God. And next time I will tell next story, how life changed in our family after that happens, tragedy. My father died for Jesus Christ. give it to that sparkle in our heart, to my heart. I remember everything about him. What he's preaching, what he's teaching, what he's showing. That's incredible, amazing. Who we can be. I'm so proud of him. And I tell you, next time, different story. How change everything in our lives. Please subscribe me and listen me and send me messages. I love to read it. I love to thinking about what you're thinking. And I need that.